All right, welcome back, everybody. Today we are with Juha, who is over in Finland. Now, Lord Hair asked me to reach out to Juha and talk with him about his experience with hair loss and wearing a hair system. How are you doing today, Juha?
I'm fine. I'm doing extremely fine.
That's great. That's great. Word on the street is you have a couple days off from work, so you're nice and relaxed.
Yeah, definitely. And because it's night here in Finland, so I hope everyone is having a good morning in there.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Wherever you are, hope you're having a great day or a great night. So let's just jump right into it. I'd love to hear, your story when it comes to hair loss. You're wearing a hair system now. Take us back to the beginning when you started to notice your hair loss.
Yeah, so I was actually starting to get baldness in around when I was 18 to 19 years, and and now I'm turning 30 in next year. So I was getting like a bald spots in here, and because I was doing like a pushed back hairstyle, I was seeing my scalp for the first time between the thinning hair, and I was like, yeah, this is not it. And then I was like, well, I will get used to it, and I will try to be with the thinning hair, but I didn't like it. And it was time that I didn't know anything about like hair systems or anything like that. I only knew like wigs and wigs for like an alopecia patients, because my friend has an alopecia. So I knew that girls can do wigs, and I looked online and I never saw like a good men's wig. So I was like, yeah, like a full wig for men, like you can only see those like Halloween costume type of wigs. And I was like, oh, well, that's not going to be the solution I'm going to have. But yeah, in that time, I was actually, when I first started to get like a baldness, I got from eBay, those like a fiber powders that you can put into your head and then do like this and attach it with a hairspray or something. And I ordered that type of products from eBay. I didn't know where they came, and I didn't know what they were, but it was like a solution for a while. And it was like 50-50 situation that I liked and I did not like, because it was not a permanent. So it was like when you go shower or have a shower or swimming, that would go away. And it was quite expensive. I think those were like tiny bottles, so you will lose like a fibers a lot in a first use. So yeah, that wasn't an option either for me, and because it was quite messy. And then I remember that one salon in Tampere actually offered it was same kind of thing, but it was like a thin spray that you could like a spray paint your hair. And I tried that. They offered me to try that, and I did, but it was as messy as it could be, I think, also. And for me, I've always liked the appearance when you look closely for someone. So if you look far away, I really don't care. But if you come close to me and your eyes are going to be somewhere up here, then like something is going on. That's just a spray paint in your head. Like, but yeah, I tried that and didn't like that either. And yeah, I was actually like, I don't know, time went by, and because I still had like a little bit of hair. I was cutting my hair in my bathroom, like just that I didn't want to go to a salon, because I was aware that my hair was balding, so there was like nothing to cut. So I was like, yeah, I can save money and do it by myself. But we all know what can happen when you cut your own hair with mirrors. So that happened to me. It went badly. And I had my like hair cutting machine, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm going to be bald. And I shaved all of my hair off, and then send a picture to my best friend and with the caption like, "I'm now bald. Do you like it?" And she was like, yeah, well, it's different. And I was like, yeah, well, last week I had a spray paint in my head, so well, this is definitely different. So yeah, I think that was it. And after that, I thought I would be like a confident with the baldness, but I wasn't. And I noticed that I was starting to use like a hats all the time, like caps and stuff and beanies. And then until last September, so around 9-10 years, I used hats. And
so you've spent most of your 20s
with a hat on,
wearing hats.
Yeah, like
because of your hair loss.
Yeah, like I can still count. I got out without a hat 3 times in that time.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was so. It was extremely big deal for me to have like a hair loss, because what I was only noticing was that people's eyes on my head and like the area in here, because I was full bald, and then I had hair on the sides, and because you could see the shadow from those hairs even if I were shaved that off, so there would be like a straight line here and then the shadow from the natural hair. So I don't know, I only saw the like stranger's eyes in my head, and like I don't know, it was really difficult, and I still feel that way like today when
with the hair system.
No, not with the hair system, but like when I'm without, like, because I have those days when I just rest, and when I go to jogging or running, I don't know, I usually take my hair system off because I don't want to wash that, because if I'm wearing like a skin system like now, so I'm taking this off and just put a cap on, and if I see my friend outside or something, I can just like, oh.
Wow, that's quite the prank.
Yeah, and they never ask IDs if I do that. But
oh man.
But yeah, I was very insecure with my hair loss, and when I was in the situation where I need to take my hat off, I was like, yeah, this is not for me.
Did you try to avoid events that you had to not wear a hat?
Yeah, I was actually, and I think that it was always a question that I could send to my friends or family, that can I wear a hat? It was always, or what I look with a hat. Do I look good with hat? Because if I weren't, I would not go. And also, like, I remember that because I do TikTok videos and YouTube videos for Lord Hair, and I see the comments, many comments, and they all say that, well, you have such a good head shape. But I really don't think that it's the issue, because, well, yeah, for men, there's like no other option than being bald, because the hair is not coming back. So, and we all know what men's wigs look like. So it's like, be a bald guy in a young age or in whatever age, it doesn't matter. If you don't like it, it's the only option. And or try hair system or some like what, hair transplant, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously you tried a lot of different solutions. You tried shaving your head, you tried, the hair fibers, you've tried just dealing with your hair being thin.
Yeah.
So you come to wearing a hair system. How long have you been wearing a hair system for?
From last September I started.
Okay.
So
about a year.
About a year.
Awesome. Very cool. And it sounds like you actually take it off and on pretty much every day?
No, not every day, actually. Because I attach my hair system, if I'm wearing a skin-based system, I use got2b hair glue. So that hair gel to attach this. So it's like, it will not get off when I'm sleeping. It will not get off when I'm like doing sports, or it will just not well, how do I say it? Like, it will stay on with that only. So, but it has benefits because it's much more easier to clean, because if you have tried like hair glue or hair tape, it's actually quite a process to clean that from the system or from your head, because in your head you have like grown hair in it, and getting that glue residue off, I think it's actually extremely hard. But it's, well, you can do it in every like 2 or 3 weeks. You can have that time, and I think that when you are using hair systems, you need to remember that because it's not your like own hair, there is those days that you need to have like a time to take care of the system, because even though it might look like it's your hair, but it's not. Like, you still need the time to take care of it. And of course, if you don't, you will notice that you need to pay much more, like you need to buy those often, and it will cost this.
Yeah, so you use Got to Be because it's softer on your hair system, makes it last longer.
Well, yeah, and actually because I can just use shampoo to take it off, so I don't need to use like any like alcohol based like products to take it off. And also it will not damage the base because it's just a hair gel, so you can just wash it away.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you've been wearing a hair for about a year now, and you use Got to Be glue, which is different than a lot of the people that I've talked to. Is there any downside to using that Got to Be glue that you're using?
Yeah, well, it will not stick on the lace-based system. So I've tried that, and even if you layer that up, it will not stay placed. I don't know why. Okay. But yeah, downsides is that I don't know what happens if I go swimming. It might be like like a little jump, and it will leave me.
Just have there'll be like a little beaver floating on the surface of the water.
Yeah.
A little hairy creature.
Yeah, like what's that?
Well, we might have to do some testing on that and figure out if we can go swimming with some Got to Be glue. But no, this story is awesome, man. I really appreciate you sharing it. Now I've got the question. So you spent most of your 20s not wearing a hat because you didn't want people to see that you had hair loss. Yeah. Now you've made videos for Lord Hair. You're coming on this channel and you're talking about your hair loss. You've shown people that you're using a hair system. Why the change?
I feel good when I can help other people feel like there's like an option for hair loss. And for men, no matter what kind of men you still watch YouTube or anything like that. My video might pop up into your page, and you might check that up and see that there's a solution for you. So I think that's I feel good when I see like all those private comments I get from in Instagram direct, and people are telling me around the world that they have now ordered their first like a hair system, and then like telling their story about their hair loss. So I feel them, and I think that's amazing, and those are the things that pursue me to do more and show my own baldness.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I did the same thing because I as well did not feel like there was enough of a voice for those that had hair loss and didn't know what to do. And I know it bothered me so much, it affected me so much that I was in pain for most of my 20s as well. I hated going out. I hated any time that I couldn't wear hats. And I became quiet and introverted. And I wanted to help other people with what I had found as well. So I agree with you there. And I just want to say, like, thank you so much for sharing your story and for being brave and courageous with talking about your journey, because it does empower other people and it's essential that we do this type of thing to help other people. Before we end the conversation, is there anything you would like to say to people that are watching this video, whether it's tips, tricks, or even mindset stuff, things that you think about when it comes to your hair loss or hair systems or anything?
Well, I think the only one is that go for it. Like, you only lose like a few €100 or something like that, because you don't you need to try. You don't know, like, even there is like a people like us showing and awareness about hair systems and everything about hair loss. I think that watching those videos, we are just like two mainstream YouTube videos, so you may click on the next video without thinking about it. So, but if you do think about it when watching our videos or anything about hair systems or hair loss, just go for the links under the subscription and check on those pages and get to know the products and order one. You don't lose anything. Absolutely.
Well, thank you for all the advice. Thank you for sharing your story. It means so much to me and to other people, and it will help people. I know it will.
No problem.
Thank you so much for coming on the show, and thank you to everybody that's been watching the video. Remember to pull the trigger on the like button, comment, subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon.